All right, so you clicked on this video because you want to learn how to program a 4-day split. Here's a no BS guide on how to do that and everything you need to know about a 4-day split. So when I look at a 4-day split, I typically like to have an upper lower training split for everyone. The reason I like to have this is because you're training every muscle at a 2 times a week frequency, right? Anytime you train a muscle at a 2 times a week frequency, you're gonna see a lot more growth from it, you're gonna see a lot more benefits from it, and it's gonna help you in your calorie surplus or your deficit, whether you're building muscle mass or you're losing body fat or losing weight. So we're gonna get straight into it. In terms of how to program an upper body workout, this is what I would do, right? So I would do H, just stands for obviously horizontal, right? It's not obvious. H stands for horizontal, V stands for vertical. So I would start off with a horizontal press, right? Then I would move on to a vertical pull, and then a vertical press, and then a horizontal pull. And then the last 3 exercises are just accessory movements. I put arms, but this could also mean shoulders as well. So anything related to bicep work, tricep work, or shoulder work is perfectly fine. So that's how I would do it. And we're gonna go on to the lower body after. So what is an example of this workout? So we're gonna start off with a horizontal press. We're gonna do everyone's favorite exercise, right? So we could start off with a bench press, right? Bench press, very, very simple. Horizontal, boom, right? Then we're gonna move on to a vertical pull. Vertical pull is when you're pulling from the top down. Everyone's favorite back exercise. We got the lat pull down, right? We could do that. Pull down, and then we have a vertical press. So a vertical press is gonna be a shoulder press, right? Whether it could be dumbbell, barbell, Smith machine, right? Or literally anything, or even a machine press. So let's say we do a machine shoulder press. So machine shoulder, right? Press, boom. Handwriting is a little bit messy, but you get the idea. Machine shoulder press, and then a horizontal pull. So right here we did a lat pull down. So this is gonna be hitting more so of the lats. I always like to have one exercise that hits the lats, and I always like to have one exercise that kind of hits the upper back. I like to think of the back as 2 different muscle groups, right? So what is a horizontal pull that we could do? So lat pull down, gonna hit the lats. Now let's say we do a seated cable roll. So we do a cable roll, which is gonna hit the back, right? Boom. Very simple. Then we have our arm training or our accessory work. The reason I don't like to start off with arm training is because let's say you start off with biceps. You really want to grow your biceps, right? Your biceps are going to be so fatigued, right? That when you do any back exercises, you're going to be lifting half the weight, right? Or even a quarter of the weight, because your back is the biggest muscle group in your upper body, and it's going to fatigue a lot faster than your biceps. Same thing with your triceps. If you add triceps over here to start with, your bench press and your machine shoulder press weight is gonna go down significantly. There's no need to do that, right? If you think it's gonna help you see more progress in your arms, I would actually say it's not gonna do that at all. So we have 3 exercises, right? Kind of accessory work. One of these I would like to have shoulder, right? So for this, the first one, we'll start off with like a dumbbell lateral raise, right? Dumbbell lateral, we'll put that, lateral raise. And then let's say we want a bicep exercise, we could do a cable curl, right? Very simple. Cable curl. And then for triceps, we could do a rope extension, okay? Rope extension, done. Boom, very simple on how to program it, right? Don't have to overcomplicate it at all. This is how I would program any upper lower training split for someone that's a beginner or an intermediate, right? We'll do another example of this. But if you're someone that has a very strong chest, right? Your chest is a lot bigger, it's a lot better than your back. What I would actually do is switch the order of these exercises, right? So what I would do is if your back, is lagging, I would actually move the cable roll up to here. So I would switch these 2 exercises around. So I'd switch these 2. So you start off, I would switch these 2. So I'd switch the bench press and the cable roll. So I'd start off with a cable roll, then a lat pull down, then do my pressing strength, right? So whatever you're weakest in, you wanna make sure that you're prioritizing that. Or whatever muscle group is lagging, you wanna make sure you're prioritizing that and starting with it. But if you're someone that's just starting out, you have a balanced physique, I always like to go chest, back, 2 biggest muscles in your upper body, or you could go the other way around, back, chest, whatever you prefer, doesn't really matter. Is it gonna make too big of a difference, right? We'll start off with we'll do another day as well. So we'll do it in green. Another day, right? A horizontal press. What can another horizontal press be? Let's say we do an incline dumbbell press, okay? So incline dumbbell press. That's another exercise that we can do, right? A vertical pull. Instead of doing a lat pull down, we could do, let's say, pull-ups, right? That works as well. Pull-ups, right? Then we have a vertical press. So we did a machine shoulder press. We could do dumbbell shoulder press, right? Dumbbell shoulder. I'm just gonna put shoulder, dumbbell shoulder, right? And then a horizontal row, right? Or a horizontal pull. We could do a barbell row. Very simple. Barbell row. And then for arms, let's say your shoulders are really, really big. Your shoulders are fried from the dumbbell press, right? You could put lateral raises last. So we'll put machine lateral raises. So machine laterals last, right? But here, last time we did biceps first. Now you want to do triceps. So we'll do a tricep push down. Push down. And then for a bicep exercise, we could just do dumbbell curls. Very, very simple, right? And yeah, as you guys could see, you just follow this formula, and then obviously you'll make adjustments depending on what muscle group is lagging and which muscle group you want to prioritize. And you could literally just continue this every single week, week after week, depending on what you want to do. Okay, so that's going to be the upper body portion. Now we're going to move on to the lower body portion. With lower body, so I typically like to start off with calves. The reason I like to start off with calves is number one, no one trains calves, and then also number two, calves help a lot with your overall ankle mobility, and they help with your dorsiflexion, which is going to allow you to get into a deeper squat, a deeper leg press, which is going to give you more gains, right, in your quads and glutes, right, or even your hamstrings sometimes. So for calves, what we could start off with is we'll just do standing calf. Right, I'm also going to go over the sets and reps and everything at the end of the video. So we'll start off with standing calf raises. The second exercise I like to do is a hip exercise. So this could be anything that's adductor, right? Adductor work or abductor work. So this is a machine where you're closing your legs or you're opening your legs. It's called good girl, bad girl. That's what I like to do. The reason I also like to do this before my compound movements right over here is because it warms up your hips, right? Once again, it's going to help you get into a deeper squat, help you get into a deeper leg press position, which is going to help you build more muscle mass, right? And see a lot more development. So for this, let's say we're doing the adductor, right? So we're closing our legs. Adductor. And then now we have our two main compound movements, right? So compound movements, this could be a squat variation, a leg press variation, or even a hip hinge variation. A hip hinge is when you're pushing your hips back, right? Which is gonna dominate a little bit more of your glutes and your hamstrings. So for this, we'll program a glute exercise and a quad exercise. So for our quad exercise, let's say we do a squat, okay? We do a barbell squat. I forgot to put, but I'll put BB for barbell squat. This is gonna be a little bit more glute dominant, right? So we wanna hit more of our quads. The second exercise, we could do a leg press. Right, boom, 45-degree leg press. And then we have our accessory work. So our accessory work is literally gonna be 3 exercises: leg extension, leg curl, lying leg curl, or seated leg curl. Very, very simple. You don't have to overcomplicate it. Since we just did a quad bias exercise, our first accessory exercise is gonna be a hamstring exercise. So we're gonna do seated leg curl, okay? Seated leg curl. And then after that, we're gonna do leg extension. Leg extension. Honestly, I think my handwriting is pretty bad, but let me know if in the comment section if you guys think it's pretty bad. And then to finish off, I always like to do a lunge variation. So a lunge variation, this is just gonna hit the total leg, quads, hamstrings, glutes. We'll do walking lunges, right? So we'll do walking lunges for this leg day. And boom. And then also at the end of my leg days, I forgot to mention, I also like doing abs as well. For abs, you literally need to do 2 exercises, a machine crunch and leg raises. That's it. You don't have to overcomplicate it. So that's gonna be the first day of, you know, the upper body and the lower body. So if you're someone that's watching this and you need a workout split, you literally do this 2 times a week, and you literally do this 2 times a week. That's your upper lower training split, right? For your upper body, I would just flip this exercises. So instead of bench one day, the second day you just start off with lat pull down. Very, very simple. Now we're gonna do a second example, right, of how I would do this. So instead of doing a standing calf raise, we could do a seated calf raise for a little bit more variety. Okay, seated calves. Then instead of the adductor machine, where we're closing our legs, hitting the inner part of our thigh, we're gonna open our legs, right? Hit the abductor, so the outside of the glute. Oh, we'll hit the abductor. And then we have our 2 compound lifts. So for this, right, we hit glutes and we hit quads. So for this workout, we wanna hit a little bit more hamstrings, right? So we'll do a Romanian deadlift, right? So we'll do a heavy RDL. So we'll do a RDL. We'll do a RDL for 1 exercise. And then for our second variation of a squat, I would like to do, a squat as well. So we would do, let's say, a goblet squat. Okay, this is with a dumbbell. Goblet squat. And then we have our accessory movements. So last time we did seated leg curl and leg extension. This time we'll do lying leg curl, right? So we'll do lying leg curl to hit the hamstring in a shortened position. And then same thing, we'll do leg extension. And then last time we did walking lunges. This time we could do a Bulgarian split squat. So I'll just put B, split squat. Boom. And that's it. That's literally how you program an upper lower training split. It's simple as that. A lot of people, they want to overcomplicate it, right? They'll talk about this, they'll talk about that, but it's literally this simple, right? Obviously, there's a lot of different caveats, right? Depending on your physique and your fitness goals. For example, if you're a female, you don't want to be prioritizing your pressing strength, right? From what I've trained over the last 7 years, a lot of female clients, they don't want a massive chest. So what I would do is have 3 back exercises and 1 pressing exercise. If you're someone that is very, very weak in your back, right? Your back is horrible compared to your chest is a lot stronger. Have 3 back exercises to start with, then a bench press, right? It's all gonna depend on your physique, but change these around to your physique and your goals. You don't have to overcomplicate it, right? If you're someone that's been working out for 3 years or less, just pick this and stick with it and you'll build a very well-balanced physique. You don't have to go into the nuances, this and that. A lot of people, they just want a good physique. You're not trying to be a professional bodybuilder, this and that. So you don't even have to worry about the minor details. In terms of sets and reps, I like to keep it very, very simple, right? I like to do 3 sets in the 6 to 10 rep range, okay? So 3 sets in the 6 to 10 rep range. I'll like to go over all this, right? So 3 sets, boom, 6 to 10 reps, okay? For the heavier exercises, like, a bench press, lat pull down, shoulder press, cable row, I like to do anywhere in the 6 to 8 rep range. And the exercises where I'm doing more so like arms or kind of accessory work, like calves, adductor, or leg extension, leg curl, I like to do anywhere in the 8 to 10 rep range. Man, you're watching this video and you're probably like, this handwriting is horrible. Yeah, sorry about that. But that's pretty much it. Main things you want to focus on, pick 1 workout program, stick to this for a bare minimum of 8 weeks and track your progress, right? Have a logbook, whether you're writing it down in your notes app or an actual app or actually a notebook, track everything and progressively get stronger. But that's how you're going to program a 4-day training split, upper lower training split. Hope this brought you some value. If it did, make sure you click the thumbs up button and also drop a comment down below if you guys have any questions, and also let me know how bad my handwriting is. But until next time, thanks.